Today's hotter than expected inflation data hitting Americans who already are under pressure as the cost of living just keeps climbing. Join us now is California business owner Aaron Berg, Louisiana mother of four Amber Bergeron, and Salt Lake City salon owner Teresa Bowman. Welcome to all of you. Aaron, let me start with you. Thanks for being with us. You said something interesting in response to these inflation numbers. You say, hey, the administration keeps talking about inflation coming down, but that's a lie in your view. Explain what you mean.
Yeah, it's really deceptive that they say that inflation is going down because you have to consider that since 2021, inflation has been increasing 7% every year, and it's been compounding every year. So where inflation may be slowing a little bit, it's not as bad as it was. The fact is it's still going up, and it's deceptive to say otherwise. Seeing that fuel and energy is still going up 10% month over month, that's just crazy.
And Amber, I appreciate you joining us. You are a busy mother of four, which includes twin one-year-olds. And I want to ask you a little bit about childcare. We know childcare across the country is costly and getting more expensive. For you down in Louisiana, I understand the cost of childcare is keeping you out of the workforce. Tell me, what are you seeing in your area? Is it the cost that is just too expensive? Is it a lack of options?
It's both, honestly. The main thing is the cost, though, and then being that I have one-year-old twins, that's double. It just doesn't pan out to where we would benefit from me working, and a lot of mothers are having these issues trying to go forth and work and just provide for their families. And as much as we love being able to stay home with our children, that's our pride, that's our joy. At the end of the day, we would like to be able to go to work and financially help out as well.
Teresa, I'm going to come over to you. You own your own business, salon. And something that struck me was the costs of running a business right now. $6.50 for a tube of color. That's what it used to be. Now it's $11 to $13. So it's more than doubled. You have to pay your employees more. You weren't able to bring as many back as a result of COVID. Their expenses are higher, so they're always asking you to pay them even more than $15 or $20 an hour. How do you make it work?
Correct. It's hard to make it work with costs like that. To give the girl enough money to, cost of living is like $2,500 a month for a downtown apartment. That's okay. Up to $4,000 a month, and their wages were, 15 to 20, and on that kind of income, they can't make it with car insurance, car payments, and food and everything else. And some of them are single moms as well. So they're paying daycare and having to worry about food that's going up, and their apartments going up, and it's just hard for them to make it.
Aaron, we talk a lot about the causes of inflation, and we say it's government spending, but I think it's interesting. You really pinpointed regulation. You said regulation is killing your business, and I bet that's true for all of you. But Aaron, explain how regulation has been so tough.
Well, I think one of the main things is the regulation on fuel production, energy production. There's been increased regulations on emissions, and the current administration just banned more drilling in the Arctic. That's going to increase fuel prices, and that has a trickle down effect. It increases the cost of fuel, so then truckers have to increase their prices to businesses. So then the businesses' cost of ingredients, because everything has to be transported by trucks, right? So their costs increase, so their price has to increase, and then it goes back to the consumer, and then it continues the cycle.
Aaron, how much more are you paying to ship? You ship bottles of alcohol, liquor, your product. How much has that gone up for you?
So I own a distillery here in Paso Robles, so I purchase bottles, and they come into the Port of Los Angeles. It used to cost me $150 to ship a pallet of 1,000 bottles from Los Angeles to my place in Paso Robles. Now it costs $300.
Double.
It's doubled in just the past 2 years. So that adds that increases the cost of my bottles by 15%, which is nuts.
Amber, let's talk about costs of managing your own home, because I'm sure you're experiencing something similar to a business. Your costs are going up. I see here that you're projecting your energy bill for next month alone reaching almost $500. That's on top of course, cost of food. Where are you able to trim from your budget to accommodate these increases? What are you doing without to pay for these bills?
Just any extra activities that we would usually do. Instead of going out and maybe going to laser tag or going to the arcade, we're going to be at home and we're going to be playing Uno. It's just different things like that where we've had to cut back as far as snacks and everything like that. Either you're eating at mealtime or that's it. We're just doing the best that we can to, cut costs where we can.
Real quick, Teresa, to circle back with you, you also mentioned crime and homelessness in your area as issues that have impacted your business. Elaborate on that for me.
Yes, we have a lot more people without homes now living on the streets all around us. And it used to be a nice, clean downtown, and now it's not. Because these people were without homes. And then it's caused a lot more crime. We've had like 2 shootings in the past month on our block. And it's probably due to money situations and people do desperate things in desperate times.
Yeah.
And there you go. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, broad lift them the standard of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the spirit. I may have like 2 or 3 precepts lined up. As the video pretty much broke it all down. But I did look up inflation in Kansas City. And it says, Fed must stay the course on inflation, says former Kansas City Fed president. Says a guy that has a house over there in War Parkway, right? The brothers and myself, we just did a video last Thursday going into the blessing of Esau, okay? His riches, his blessing, his heaven, which was basically mansions in the Kansas City area, man. And you have men like this, okay, and women like this that inhabit these neighborhoods off the back of nefarious dealings among Jake. Okay, you better believe that while we're paying up the ass and gas prices like they're talking about, oil to hit $100 a barrel, and by 2024, the market may just completely drop because for the simple fact the BRICS nations and everybody is pretty much taking their bonds out of the dollar, which a lot of that money is going to wash back up to the shores of Babylon. So now these leaders and these politicians, they're getting worried now because basically the writing is on the wall. The shit is hitting the fan. Okay, and you got these devils to thank for it because this creep right here, this demon, this Edomite right here, like he said, the Fed better stay the course to address inflation. Like he's with rising the tax hikes, man. Okay, he's with that. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tack on another video of this Jake woman basically going in on everything that's happening here. I think the brother titled as Lot's wife. But basically, long story short, men like this, they're with you, Jake, suffering, and just with his own people. Okay, and ultimately, this is the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai pouring out a perverse spirit here in Babylon the Great. And I can say it's about goddamn time. Okay, because this system that you people have put your hope and dreams and faith in, you can forget about it, man. Okay, like you don't know how many countless of times if I'm hearing people talking about getting a bag. And you got these little realtor bitches running around here in Kansas City, man, swearing up and down they're just independent boss bitches and they securing a bag. But how the hell can you secure the bag when nobody has the money to buy a house? Okay, and even the money that people are using to buy the house, they can't necessarily afford it. Okay, people are just being suckered into this bottleneck of a supply to keep ends meeting. But, you know, this shit is done. Okay, this shit is completely done and it's no coming back for Babylon the Great. Okay, you better believe that sooner than later, we will see hyperinflation. Because right now it's September. Okay, we're literally in damn near like the last 2 weeks of September. Okay, before the month of October hits, which fall is actually September 21st or 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, what happens in this scenario is that gas prices are usually at a low. Okay, gas prices is usually pretty cheap here, you know, but all of a sudden, you know, they're still like $3.75. Certain places $4, $5, $6. Here in Kansas City, we're like damn near the $4 range, $4.40 for premium. The highest has ever been here since I've been here. Okay, just last year, around February of last year, gas was $1.99. And then once this whole ordeal in Ukraine was announced, I mean, that shit then went up in seconds. Okay, like literally when I went to work that morning, gas was $1.99. Then fast forward 2-3 hours later, we out in the field. I literally see the gas going up. Okay, and this is why Jacobson's such a desperate attempt to get Donald Trump back, because they want him to bring back 2019. But that ain't gonna happen, man. Okay, whether Trump gets selected or not, it's not gonna happen. Babylon the Great is done. You Edomites, you're through. 2/3 of our people, you're through. Okay, so like we always tell you, live it up, man. Okay, so like I said, I was just doing some scrolling, and you know, a couple of articles like this guy here: Fed must stay the course of inflation, says former Kansas City Fed president. Right, former president. Now I'm not sure what happened to this guy. I'm not sure if he got fired or if he resigned. 9 times out of 10, he's probably retired, because men like this, you know, they're set for life. Okay, he was put in that position because I'm guarantee you, if you're a chairman of a Fed, then 9 times out of 10 you got you're related to the elites. Okay, he's a lower level luminary that's probably related to the Rockefellers or something, or the DuPonts or something. But you better believe that men like this, they're definitely juiced in, and he don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. Okay, because hey, this is Esau's kingdom. But anyway, let's get a couple of precepts here. Nothing too long. This is the book of Zephaniah 1, and I'm going to start at verses 10. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, says Yahweh, that there should be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." Okay, going into your stock market, going into your markets, your real estate markets. Okay, your stock markets, man, your tax rates and so forth. All these things are getting ready to hit an all-time high, and they're getting ready to be halted, which is all designed by Esau, Edom, the elites. Okay, because like I said, depending on what these nations do to BRICS next year, when BRICS finally completely dump the dollar and they dump the crude oil, it's a wrap for the West, man. And this is why America is gearing up to go to World War III, because like we've been telling you, when the economy collapses, that's going to start a global war, man. Okay, because America is going to basically fight to maintain the power hold that they have over the world. Like the scriptures say, how has the hammer of the earth been broken? Okay, the hammer of the earth is America, man. Okay, because they're known for their military might. You see, but when that's broken, then these other nations are going to try to fill the void, but Yahweh Shai is going to come back and bring an end to them. Okay, because you have to understand that once the dollar collapsed, the institution of the MOTB, soon to be World War III. Okay, and hey, we may see World War III as early as next year, man. Lord's will, because we have a total solar eclipse, and I believe we have some lunar eclipses next year too as well. I can double check that, but you know, those are events foretelling the very end of Babylon the Great, because it crosses out America as far as an X, as in a tha, the Hebrew word, the Hebrew characteristic, the tha. Okay, and then you got the ah. Okay, so it's a done deal, man. All right. So anyway, it says, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all that bear silver are cut off." So, you know, guys like this, man, you lower level politicians, you Wall Street bankers, and you people that invest in the misery of our people. Hey, you're getting ready to lose all your money and all your stocks. Okay, you're getting ready to go into those bunkers and ultimately be rooted out by the men of the Lord and the angels, to be thrown headfirst in slavery, man. And we're going to get devils just like this. Okay, because, hey, these devils have lived unjustly since their existence, man. But, hey, this is their rulership. So, you know, the Lord has given them the power and the ability to sustain a wicked kingdom for this long, but yet it's going down. Okay, like it says, we worried about demands. If price of crude oil hits $100 a barrel, says Dan Pickering. Okay, oil touches 10-month high, $100 per barrel on its way. And I can't wait, man. Okay, I can't wait to see the downfall of this place, man, because for the simple fact, man, Yahweh Shai, man, he's getting ready to bring hell to this place, and he's already doing it. Okay, it says, why U.S. gas prices are higher than normal? Well, that's easy because they're printing more money that they don't have. You know, and they're doing that on purpose to purposely bankrupt the economy so they can bring in this new MOTB. But that's going to backfire because for the simple fact, while they're instituting the MOTB, in order to get people under their blanket term, the nations are going to go to war. Okay? And that third world war is going to result in Yahweh Shai coming to deliver his elect, brothers. So we literally are getting ready to get salvation, brothers. Okay? Because once the banking system collapses, that's when all hell is going to break loose, which is going to be the introduction of Jacob's trouble. And I believe that these new lockdowns that's coming, hopefully by the end of the year, I hope and pray that that be the beginning of Jacob's trouble. Okay? And from that point, it's not going to open back up. Okay? The next shutdown will definitely destroy this economy, and the economy will collapse. I believe that. Okay? I stand corrected if I'm wrong. But hey, it makes all the sense in the world because, like we said, the first one did the damage. The second one is going to destroy it. You know, America's not going to take another shutdown, and they're doing it on purpose. Okay. So anyway, it says, how ye inhabitants of Mektash, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all they bear silver are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leads. And that's these false prophets out here. As there has been a great influx of false prophets coming in the name of the Lord, stating that they are from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and in fact, they serve their own bellies. And that's an ultimate sign that Yahweh Shai is on his way back because he told us that false prophets and false Christ should, or false anointed should arise. And we're seeing it with the various Israelite camps out there. Men are coming and taking on an image of a godlike figure, but yet they're nothing but mortal men. All right, and they will meet their fate too in due time. But it says here, and I will punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. And there's you camps out there that's not speaking on the MOTB or the danger to come. But instead, you all concerned with unity camps, Deuteronomy 22 and 25, and also you're concerned with black unconsciousness shit, man. You niggas are steady trying to figure out this whole grape thing, but yet BRICS is getting ready to drop the dollar. Then what? Then what you other groups going to talk about? Okay, you're going to get straight up caught out there because you ain't warning your congregation. So what you know about the prophecies, but you ain't pushing them. You know, and a lot of your followers are going to have a hard day in hell in that day because they're going to resort to carnal means. You see? And it says, therefore, their goods should become a booty, and their houses a desolation. And they shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof, because, hey, it's going to be a globalist takeover. You see, all you false sellouts out there, man, that got all this substance from selling out, you ain't going to be able to enjoy that too much longer. But the great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and it hasten greatly. Okay, and it hasten. When you hasten something, that means it's hurrying. And as time progresses, as the times get eviler, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is speeding up the time. Okay, and that young lady even mentioned it in a video I'm going to play at the end of this clip, at the end of this video. And it says, even the voice of the day of the Lord and the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Okay, mighty men are going to cry like women because of the one of all things and the amount of hell that's coming to the planet Earth. Okay, it's going to be undescribable, the type of tyranny that the Most High is getting ready to release. And it says, and that day is a day of wrath, a day of distress, and a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Okay. So what the hell are you Christians talking about? The day of the Lord, the day of the Lord. This is the day of the Lord, and it's going to be dark, man. Okay, the day of the Lord ain't going to be no sunshine. The day of the Lord is going to be straight, unadulterated, unmixed judgment, man. Straight judgment on the planet Earth. And it says, in a day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord, and that blood should be poured out as dust, and that flesh as dung. Neither their silver nor their gold should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land should be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he should make even a spitty writtens of all them that dwell in the land. And that land is talking about America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, man. Okay, so this is the book of Nahum 3, and I'm going to start at verses... let's start at verses 11. And it says, thou shalt be drunken thou should be hid. Thou also shalt seek strength because of the enemy. And all thy strongholds should be like fig trees, and the first strike figs. And if they be shaken, they should even fall into the mouth of the eater, man, right? Because like people are falling on hard times now. Okay. People are on edge. They're desperate. You know, they're drunk enough the wine of Babylon here. The world is getting ready to crash. But yet you still got these Democrats pushing that alphabet agenda, which is actually accelerating the destruction. That's adding injury to insult to injury. And it says, and draw thee waters for the siege. Matter of fact, it says, behold, the people in the midst are all women, and the gates of thy land should be set wide open unto thy enemies, and fire should devour thy bars. Yeah. Okay. Because when Russia shoot those nukes, okay, the Iranians shoot the nukes, North Korea, basically you're going to be like a woman that's getting ready to be took. Okay. But it says, draw thee waters for the siege, and fortify thy strongholds, and go into clay, and tread the mortar, and make strong the brickland. And there shall the fire cover thee, and the sword shall cut thee off, and it shall eat thee up like a cankerworm. Okay, and we know what the cankerworm goes into. And it says, and make thyself as many as the cankerworm, and make thyself many as the locust. And thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of heaven, and the cankerworm spoiled and flied away. You know, because when you think of a worm, you think of corrosion, you think of death and decay. And you look at these markets, the bail markets, the real estate markets, you know, the housing market, I should say. It's horrible, man. Okay, like I don't understand how people are still buying homes, and yet motherfuckers mortgage rates went up. You know, an average home that was $100,000, you probably paying $500,000-$600,000 for it, and people are still buying it, man. You know, but it says they crown are as the locusts, and thy captains as the great grasshoppers, which camp in the hedges of the cold day. But when the sun arises, they flee away, and their place is not known where they are. And thy shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria, and thy nobles shall dwell in the dust, which is confusion, and thy people were scattered upon the mountains, and no man gathereth them. There is no healing of thy bruise, and thy wound is grievous. Thy wound is this blow to this economy, man. And it says, and all that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee, for whom upon have not thy wickedness passed continually, man. So when this place go down, people are gonna rejoice. Other nations are gonna rejoice, and we damn sure gonna rejoice when this goddamn place finally falls, man. Deservingly so. You see, but anyway, I'm gonna end it here, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and the Baba Ball. Shalom. I can't find that video. Salakia. Give me 1 second. The fuck is it at, man? I hate when that happens. Like, I was just looking at it. Here we go.
Going to be a video on my very, very unpopular opinions. So, if you don't like a lot of cursing and you don't like a lot of yelling, you have been warned before you watch this video. None of this shit matters at this point in time. Yeah, you want to make your ancestors proud. Yeah, you want to get the black culture where it needs to be, back to where it needs to be. But at this point in time, none of that shit fucking matters. The human race in its totality is at war. At war. Our world has been taken from us, and nobody has realized it. Then y'all got the motherfucking nerve to be arguing on here and being mad because y'all was called slaves. All of us are fucking slaves at this moment in time. People are working jobs that are mentally fucking them up, and they can't leave because they got bills to pay. And everybody is on their last leg. If they miss a bill, they're homeless. If they miss a bill, their kids don't eat. And this is not just one community. This is everybody. Everybody. Our world has literally been stripped from us. Every aspect of our world has been stripped from us. We can't even get free resources from our world without being locked the fuck up and thrown away. And y'all too busy sitting here trying to cause more of a divide? Are you serious? Everybody is in survival mode right now. White people, black people, Indian people, Chinese people, Filipino people, white people, everybody is in survival mode. Everybody is slaves to the system, slaves to negativity, slaves to depression, slaves to suicidal thoughts, slaves to poverty, slaves. We are all fucking slaves. Do y'all not see it? Do y'all not realize it? What the fuck is gonna make y'all see that shit is not going back to how y'all thought it was? Because while y'all was sitting up here arguing about shit that don't matter, children are missing. While y'all was sitting up here arguing about shit that don't matter, children are being killed at a high rate every day. Children are being fucking trafficked. While y'all sit here and argue about shit that don't matter, 4 people just went fucking homeless and lost everything right now. Somebody just fucking died because they decided to unalive them fucking selves because they can't take the mental slavery anymore. Time has switched. Time is moving at a rapid rate. Do y'all not realize that? Am I the only one sitting here thinking about all this shit? Michael Jackson, I could have sworn he passed away 5 years ago. He been gone 14 years. 14, and it don't even seem like 14 years went by. Y'all sitting up here arguing and bullying each other about shit that don't matter. I could have sworn was just last year. This shit hitting its 3-year mark, and now they threatening us with another strand of this shit. Be fucking for real. I'm sitting up here arguing and debating and bullying each other about shit that don't matter. It's children out here right now that cannot eat, that have not eaten in days. When the fuck are y'all gonna wake up? People are losing everything, and instead of y'all focusing on how we can come together to fix this shit, y'all sit up here and say, what can we do about it? Well, we can't do anything about it. The opposite of what got us here? That's what. I thought I was the only one that realized DMX, I thought he passed last year. It's been going on, it's 2 years. 2 years. People are dying, and I cannot believe y'all got the nerve to be so ignorant and our consciousness as human beings are off. Totally off, and it makes no sense how bad we are doing as the human race and how much our intelligence gets continuously insulted because people continuously make excuses. And instead of y'all using y'all platforms to try to uplift each other because you don't know what that person is going through, y'all wait to bash somebody. Y'all wait to talk about somebody. Y'all wait to be so fucking negative. And y'all telling me y'all not fucking slaves? But this time, it ain't just the black folk. It's every race. We are fucking slaves to a society that don't give a fuck about whether we live or die. We are slaves to a society that don't care whether we are sick or healthy. We are slaves to a society that does not give a fuck whether we can live on a day-to-day basis. We can't even get the shit that is supposed to be given to us as a birthright of humans in this world. We cannot get housing, we cannot get food, we cannot get insurance, health insurance, dental insurance. We can't get shit, and y'all on here arguing about stupid shit instead of y'all using y'all platforms to shed light on how many homeless people are out here, how many people can't eat, how many people have done passed. Y'all rather sit up here and decide who invited to an imaginary cookout and who not. Be fucking for real, because somebody need to tell y'all asses instead of being followers to the ignorant ass shit that goes on here every day. Do y'all not realize there is a war against humanity? Do y'all not realize that in a minute, when y'all keep doing this shit, the same shit that y'all are doing, it ain't gonna be no need to argue about who can wear braids and who can't, because none of us ain't gonna be able to buy a fucking thing. Y'all want to know why y'all see so many creators making content about the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and the early 2000s? It's because people are trying to escape the world that we are living in this moment, but there is no fucking escape. There is no escape. I cannot believe the ignorance. I cannot believe the selfishness. I cannot believe humans. It's unbelievable that no matter what they throw our way, you always got groups of people who sit and worry about shit that does not matter. This is our reality now. This is our reality now. People are tired. Millions of people are tired, and I cannot believe y'all got the nerve to sit on here arguing about some bullshit. Our reality was switched. Somehow, some way, our consciousness and our reality was switched, and y'all don't even realize it. Y'all better wake the fuck up, because soon it ain't gonna be nothing to fight over. It's looking like real soon. It ain't gonna be nothing to fight over but our freedom as humans, as people, as souls. This is a war against our souls, if y'all don't realize it by now. That's my unpopular opinion. Get it the fuck together.